Good evening, and hey everybody, welcome to Who's Your Adventures YouTube channel. My name's Jim, and tonight we're gonna have some fun, okay? So in my badass jig video, a subscriber, one of you guys, called me out and said, "Hey Jim, you didn't tie a jig in that vise that you showed on here." And I said, "You know what? You're right. I didn't. I used it to hold the jig head." So tonight, Brian, this video is for you. Not only am I going to tie a jig in this vise, but I'm going to use materials, feathers from Hobby Lobby. And now it's all part of my point, guys. When it comes to tying your own jigs, 90% of it is just creativity and your imagination, because every jig looks beautiful, but it's the fish to determine how good or what it reflects, the story it tells. Okay, so tonight we're gonna tie the jig that I call my pink champagne jig. This is a great summertime jig. Now, I also got some more surprises, so hear me out. Everybody knows that we got the Bitch and Jig video out there where we're running a contest. Basically, it's a giveaway celebrating 60 videos here on the channel. And we've hit 178 subscribers. Thank you for all your guys' support. So tonight, I'm gonna show you that you're not just getting jigs, okay? You're getting a lot more than that, okay? So we're gonna kind of show and reflect what all is part of that giveaway. Now, am I gonna give it all away? Probably not. So that the winner, when they do open the box, they're in for a real treat. But we're gonna give some of it up tonight. So make sure you watch the video all the way through, because I'm just going to kind of put it in there in the video, and it's up to you guys to figure out, man, is that part of the giveaway? Okay, so let's get to doing this, and let's have some fun with this tonight. And we're going to tie on this this vise tonight, and I hope you guys really truly come along and enjoy this. And like I said, it's a pink champagne. It's a great summertime crappie jig. It works really well. We're going to start with a 1/32 ounce round ball jig head, and obviously I start my jigs exactly the same way every time. Everybody knows we're going to use some hard as nail glue that I get from Woods and Water Outdoors. And I highly encourage you guys that if you've never watched Patrick on his channel tie jigs, I highly encourage you to jump over there and check him out, because that man's very talented, and you can learn a lot from him. I did. So then we're going to start with some regular 214D thread, and we're just going to wrap down this shank of this jig head all the way down to the point of the hook, and then we're just going to bring it all the way back up. This is just emphasizing that it doesn't take a lot of money to get started. It takes more creativity and imagination than it does anything else. Okay, and have fun with it. There's no wrong answers. Believe it or not, I can make the nicest, coolest looking jigs on video, but it's the fish to determine whether or not it's a quality jig. If they don't bite it, well, it ain't so pretty. So this is a feather that comes from Hobby Lobby. They sell a whole bag of these different color feathers, and I still had some left over, and I thought that would really make tonight's video really pretty cool. Okay, especially for you guys trying to get started. Okay, so this feather is kind of a aqua green color. I like the color of this feather. And the crappie like it too. I can promise you that. Because I've caught a lot of crappie. I got a fan on to keep my GoPro from overheating and shutting off, so it's blowing things around. So this is this aqua kind of colored feather is just a great summertime, great blend with the watercolors. Unless, of course, you're in one of them areas that's been getting a lot of rain and it's, you know, quite muddy and stuff. I've never tried it in that watercolor. But yeah, as you can see, it's really a really cool looking color. I really, you know, I don't even know what attracts them to this. But this does, it really does a great job. So, and I encourage you to go out and try this. You know, you can pick up a lot of cool things there at Hobby Lobby. You know, and, you know, I think it's pretty reasonable stuff, to be quite truthful and honest with you. So when you have a vise that doesn't spin like the peak that I normally have on the channel, okay, you're gonna section off, and basically how I measure this is I'll wrap this one time off of my spool out of the bag to get my measurement of how much I'm going to need. Okay, a little extra step, but at the end of the day, you know, it still saves you, you know, quite a bit of money. Now you want to make sure that you're getting that chenille wrap clear of your tail. Okay, now we're just going to bring this thread all the way forward. Okay, and now we're going to wrap. So now instead of the whole jig spinning where you see me put this over and it allows that whole thing to spin, we're actually wrapping snugly, not real tight. You don't want to break it. We're wrapping this chenille to the jig. So if you when you start, just keep your spools, you know, as tightly in there. I backed it off because I want to do it for the camera so you guys can see. You just want these wraps to be in there nice and snug and tight, but not too tight where, you know, you're going to break your chenille. Because you got to remember, it's just thread. Hopefully this gives you a little bit better view. I'm wrapping it backwards, so I'm hoping it'll turn out. Because I'll be honest, I ain't never wrapped it backwards before. But I think it's looking pretty good. Obviously the crappie will let me know. Okay, so you see me make a couple wraps there. Now we're going to just tie this chenille in. Okay, take our scissors, trim that off. Okay, now we're going to take our whipping tool. And again, guys, you know, I have such fat fingers that, to be honest with you, the finger thing doesn't work all that great for me. But if you got skinny fingers, I highly encourage you to learn. You can use your fingers to do that, and you don't need a whipping tool. So you can save yourself some money. Okay, so now let's take this. We've got quite a few people entered in this contest, guys. It's going to be a cool contest. Oops, stay up there. And there you go. I call that the pink champagne. And this'll catch you some crappie. Okay? So again, don't go out and think that, you know, it costs a lot of money to do this. And it does take practice. You know, I started my YouTube channel when I had just started tying, and I made tons of mistakes right here on camera. But I showed you guys those mistakes so that you can see how I learned to recover from them and stuff. But I encourage anybody, you know, that enjoys fishing, you know, to try little things like this. There's no better feeling, in my opinion, and it's just my opinion, than to take your own little jig out there and, you know, catch a bunch of crappie on it. It's a very good feeling, guys. And if this is something that entertains you, you know, that interests you, you know, I think this one was like, I don't know, $35. You know, now the peak that you see me using today, you know, with all the apparatus accessories that I've got with it and everything, you're going to be pushing $270, $280. I tie a lot of jigs. I mean, when I'm not working, I'll give you an idea. When I'm not working, I love designing new jigs, and you know, I even took the badass jig and reworked it a little bit. And there's a handful of you know that I did this, but I'm about to show you the badass jig on steroids. There's a badass jig with twin tails, not a single, twin tails. And I'm telling you, this thing is literally phenomenal in the water. I mean, this thing is literally crazy. And I've already used it fishing, and I can tell you that walleye, catfish, bluegill, crappie, bass, yellow perch, everything is smashing this thing. It's a very unique the way it moves in the water. So, you know, if you guys are interested, obviously, you know, I try to put content out that you guys really enjoy. If you want to see me do a twin tail badass jig on steroids, if you want to see how I make this, leave, if I can get 5 of you subscribers out of 178 say in the comments, hell yes, make that jig for us, Jim. I will do a video on exactly how I did this. But as you can see, you can actually see the nymph skin that comes through that makes the tail, and it just really enhances the body. And in the water, it's phenomenal. You make yourselves a couple of these, and I'm telling you right now, you'll be shocked what the response is on it. I was. I played with it out there off of the dock, but never in a million years did I ever think that, you know, I would get the response in the water that I've gotten. So you guys leave the comments. You want to see more of the badass jig on steroids, you guys let me know. I'll show you how I make it, and then you guys can make some yourself. You know, this is a single tail badass jig that we did. And it's phenomenal, don't get me wrong. But I'm telling you, the twin tail, yeah, that takes it over the top. But that's really what I like doing. You know, I do jigs and stuff that are kind of outside the norm that you don't see every day. Sometimes that's a plus, sometimes that's not. Oh, by the way, Brian, if you win the contest, I'm going to stick this jig in with the jigs that's part of that contest. So if you win, buddy, you're getting the pink champagne jig that I tied here on this vise. So if you don't win, though, whoever does win is going to get your jig. But I wanted to show you how simple it is, guys, that it doesn't require a lot of money. It just requires some having some creativity, a little bit of patience, and most importantly, just enjoy yourselves and have fun with it. And, you know, send me pictures. You know, I love seeing the talent that's out there. You know, I go to a lot of fishing expos and stuff. I get the opportunity to meet a lot of people that are extremely talented tiers, and see their work and stuff, and it's truly inspiring. So I love seeing that kind of stuff. So email me some pictures, and love to see what you guys are tying up out there. And anybody's got any questions, again, I'm not a professional. Trust me when I tell you, there's people out there way more talented than I am. But if I can help somebody, you know, I'm willing to do that. If I've got an answer, I'll definitely share it with you. And again, if you guys want to see the twin tail badass jig on steroids done here on the channel, leave it in the comments. All it takes is 5 comments that says, hell yeah, we want to see it. And we'll do a video on it. I'll show you exactly how to make that jig. Trust me, I'm well versed. I got me a pile of them, and I got more of the grub bodies coming. It's multiple different colors and stuff. So we're going to be tying up some other different kinds of jigs with those, and testing them out there on the water, and just having fun. I hope everybody's doing having a fun summer. And y'all catching a ton of crappie and really having a blast with it. Let's see here. I want to make sure that this jig gets in there. I'm not sure where I put everything. And by the way, here's your sneak peek, okay? I'm going to give you a sneak peek of exactly some of the stuff that you could possibly win. You got to go to the Bitchin' Jig video. It'll explain exactly what you got to do to enter this contest. Guys, everything's free. I pay for shipping. Everything you see here, I bought with my own money. Okay? We're going to show you. You ready? Let's go. Let's go break it down. Okay, guys. We're out here in my favorite place. Our fire pit, outdoor kitchen, there's the pond. All right, here we go. In the contest, not only are you getting the jigs, but you're getting a brand new backpacking fishing tackle. Okay? This is where your rod goes. You can put your rod in here, backpack everything in. Okay? You're also getting brand new cases for your jigs, just like I use here. Okay, small ones, little larger ones. Okay, if I don't break them, good thing is they're tough. All right, then you're getting a brand new portable solar power bank. Now, what could that possibly mean? I'll show you. In this giveaway, figure out where my zipper's at. You are also getting brand new, never used, nice size. I think these are the 11.5 inch. These are from Bass Pro Shop, but you can put any kind of baits in here you want, jigs in here, whatever you want, okay? But we're also sending you your very own 4K action camera, 4K video action camera. So you can shoot some video and send them back to us of your fishing trips, okay? Pretty cool. And you've got the solar bank to make sure it stays charged. So you can lay that out in the sun, plug your camera into it, and then put your camera out there and videotape you guys yourselves fishing, just like I do. And then obviously all the jigs that you've seen me tie here on the channel and stuff is part of it. And you will also be getting the very first of its kind. And here's a picture of it. Our very first t-shirt, Whozer Adventure t-shirt. You will also be getting a stainless thermos that goes right here with a Whozer Adventure sticker. We're going to include 2 3-inch Whozer Adventure stickers for you guys to do with what you want. Put it on your tackle box or whatever. You get that. And one of the very first hats that we've designed. So, and all that's free to you guys. Again, we can't make this stuff possible without you guys. All of our subscribers are near and dear to our heart. We really appreciate the support that you guys have been giving us, all the comments, all the emails and stuff. We have a couple new subscribers from the UK now. Gosh, I can't remember names. And I apologize for that. But truly, we are floored by it, and we can't say enough. I mean, it is just totally awesome, and we thank you guys so much. I love sharing what I do. I love sharing my fishing adventures. And if you haven't had a chance, we recently put out a video. One of our subscribers reached out to us. It's called Jordan's Journey. We're working really hard to try to get that video to go viral. And it's got a terrific message. A young man conquered addiction. Unfortunately, he lost his life in an auto accident before he could fulfill one of his dreams, which was to help other people with addictions. And his mom, who was one of his biggest supporters through his addiction, picked up that baton and has been running with it. It's called Jordan's Journey. And please, guys, you know, I know it's kind of the offbeat of what I normally put out, but these are special messages, and those kinds of messages empower us. And I promise you, you know, addiction has affected all of us, whether it's friends, family, or just, you know, associates that you work with or whatever. And the most important part of that message is just to let them know, you know, if somebody is addicted to alcohol or drugs or whatever the case, that there is an outlet that is out there for them to get help, that's willing to help them get the help, and in some cases even financially support them so that they can get that help. So, you know, I'm asking all of you guys to pass that, you know, share that video. We'd love to see it go viral. You know, I'd love to see, out of all the videos I've done, I can tell you that that video really takes my breath away in my heart, you know. And if we can save one person's life with that video, that'd be awesome. So share it with your friends and family. Ask them to share it on social media and stuff. And let's see if we can't make that video, you know, at least be the first one that, you know, gets 100, 200,000 views on it. And who knows, maybe even get to 1 million. If we hit them kind of numbers, I know that we're saving somebody's life. So with all that being said, you got a sneak peek of some great gifts that somebody out there, and I encourage you, you got to watch a Bitch and Jig video. It tells you how to enter this contest. Okay, all this is free to you. Okay, and you don't even have to subscribe. Just go watch the video. Okay, I'm not even asking you to be a subscriber, but obviously we'd like for you to be a subscriber. And if you like tonight's video, please do me a favor. It really helps the channel, helps me be able to go out and do a lot of the things that I do. It helps me put these kinds of gifts together for you guys. Give me a like, give me that thumbs up. And if you're inclined, hit that subscription button. It doesn't cost you nothing. It's a click of a button. And hit that notification bell over here. That just lets you know when I'm uploading videos. And not saying you gotta watch it, but it'll notify you when I do. And if it's something that, you know, looks entertaining to you, well then watch it. You know, we'd love to have you do that. Anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. I popped some pictures of the t-shirts up, and we don't have a picture of the hat yet, but maybe on a future video before the August 30th deadline, you might see a hat pop up in one of the videos. Be a great opportunity to check it out. Outside of that, guys, excuse me, choked me up tonight. I had a blast. Brian, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you win, and I hope you enjoy the pink head champagne jig. If you don't win and you still want one, Brian, hit me up in an email, buddy. I'll send you one. Tied on that vice. Good night, everybody. It's been a blast. Thank you for joining me, and please remember, always be kind. Good night.